Hello and welcome to another Friday night scary story. Tonight's story features Eddie and Jen, a husband and wife paranormal enthusiast team, and their three autistic sons, Cody, Tony, and Manny. And they're going to film an investigation in a haunted Texas cemetery for YouTube. Let's join them and see what happens. This story is called The Silent One Hears. Hollow Creek Cemetery, a crumbling, unmarked graveyard hidden deep within the mystique-covered backroads of central Texas. Said to be the final resting place of unbaptized children and long-forgotten settlers, it's known amongst the locals for strange whispers and cold spots, even in the summer. Eddie and Jen weren't just paranormal investigators, they were a family. Their YouTube channel, Eddie and Jen the Vlogs and Then Some, had a growing following. Their fans loved their originality, that they had heart, and that they just welcomed everyone to their channel with open arms. Their three boys, Cody, Tony, and Manny, who have autism, all have their own uniqueness about them. They're sweet and sensitive, and all three boys have heightened sensory awareness. Flickering lights, animals acting oddly, sudden silence, things most people miss, the boys pick up on instantly. That night, they were doing an investigation. The family rolled up the dusty path to Hollow Creek Cemetery. The moon hung low that night and very orange. The air was still. Jen looked in the rearview mirror. The boys were wide-eyed and alert. Not frightened, but deeply focused. "We don't push," Eddie reminded gently. "If they want to explore, they do. If they just want to sit and feel, that's okay too." Jen nodded as she checked all the gear. Spirit box, 2 EMF meters, and a phone rigged up on a tripod. "Well, let's go." They stepped through the broken cemetery gate, gravel crunching beneath their boots. Cody walked to the right, slowly dragging his fingers along the stone. Manny stayed close to Jen, holding his weighted blanket like a cape. Tony walked in small, deliberate steps, then suddenly stopped. He lifted his finger and pointed. There was a flat, barely visible grave marker buried beneath dry grass. "Look," Jen whispered, kneeling to clean it off. The stone read, "Three Little Angels Lost, 1902. As Jen was reading the grave marker, Eddie's EMF lit up to bright orange. The spirit box crackled, then hissed. "They see." Eddie replies to the spirit box, "You see what, spirits? My mother-in-law?" cracking his jokes as normal. Cody began humming, a low, rhythmic tone like a lullaby. Tony joined, rocking slightly. Manny just stared at the grave, lips moving in silent imitation, his eyes shimmering with emotion. Jen aimed the phone at them. "They're responding to something," she said. The spirit box flared up again. "Brothers, they know." Eddie said yes, they're brothers, and introduced the boys to the spirits. Suddenly, all the EMF meters started spiking to red. The air turned frigid. The Texas heat vanished in a blink. Their breath steamed. Jen whispered, "Do you feel that?" Tony spoke, clear, soft. They were cold, too. All three boys looked up at the same time. A figure, a faint, childlike shape, stood in between 2 cedar trees at the edge of the clearing, barefoot, blurry, watching. Jen gasps, "We're filming. It's right there. It's there, right?" The spirit box howled, then whispered, "They hear us, they feel us, they see us." Manny placed both palms on the gravestone. Tony kneeled down beside it, his eyes closed. Cody whispered, "It's okay now, you're not stuck." Then silence. The EMF meter dimmed. The figure faded into the mist. The crickets returned. Back at the van, the boys were calm, peaceful, smiling in their quiet way. Eddie looked into the camera. "Tonight, we didn't find spirits. They found us. And for the first time, I think our boys helped cross them over." Jen nodded. "We always said they were gifted. Tonight, everyone knows what we meant." Eddie decided to turn the spirit box on one more time before they left. On the spirit box static, you could hear a soft voice, childlike, grateful, say, "Thank you, Cody, Tony, and Manny." And then silence. The screen fades to black. The text on the screen reads, "Sometimes the quietest voices are the ones the spirits hear the loudest." Thanks for watching another Friday night spooky campfire story. If you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. I'll leave a link for last week's story in the description below. If you like this kind of stuff, there's also a playlist of all the Friday night stories. We'll see you again next week.